दृष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभु कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति शिखरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ॐ वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। Today we shall see Nirvana Prakaran Purvardha, first half of Yoga Vasishtha, and the 122nd chapter, which deals with the Manu and Ikshaku conversations among themselves. Manu had some questions. He put it to Ikshaku, the king, who had some questions. He put to his father, the creator Manu, and Manu replies him in brief all the answers. Now in the end of their conversations, Manu Maharaj wanted to explain the indications of a self-realized soul, how he walks, how he talks, what are the outer symptoms from which we can understand he is a realized soul, or on the other hand, how does a realized soul behave, and what will be his bodily activities, how he will be seen by worldly people. सुदृढ़ आत्मबोध से संपन्न तथा तुर्यात इस पद में स्थित जीवन मुक्त यति की दिनचर्या का लक्षण से मनु द्वारा वर्णन. हाउ डज he live the pass the day? What will be the daily routine of such a person? That is what Manuji is explaining to the king Ikshaku. निरस्त निःशेष विकल्प विलवा. उसके सारे विकल्प विभ्रम विलीन हो जाते हैं. इत्यादि से जो योगी की स्थिति कही गई है उसी का विस्तार पूर्वक वर्णन करता है. He has already given some hints by this shloka. निरस्त निशेष विकल्प विप्लवा. Some hints on the behavior of such a realized soul. He has already mentioned it before and now he is giving explanation to it. In short, he already told, Manu has already told that such a person will not have any thoughts or opposite thoughts and misunderstanding or contradictory thoughts. He will not have such thoughts in his mind. This is what he is going to explain. मनु ने कहा, जिसे किसी पुरुष के द्वारा वस्त्रों से ढक दिया गया, जिसे किसी पुरुष के द्वारा खिला दिया गया तथा जहाँ कहाँ सो जाने वाला जोगी सम्राट की तरह सुशोभित होती है. Manu explains, such a realized soul, he eats by anyone, anywhere, by any place, anywhere, anyway. Somebody feeds him and he eats. Somebody covers him with some cloths and he covers up his body by somebody, and he sleeps anywhere and everywhere. जहाँ कहीं सो जाने वाले जोगी सम्राट की तरह सुशोभित होता है. He behaves like a king of kings, emperor of emperors. He does nothing. The nature through somebody does everything the needful for him, feeding or arranging for his sleep, bed or doing something. Nature arranges everything, and this person, he does everything like a samrat, like an emperor. He does nothing by himself. उसके अर्थ सिद्ध विद्वत संन्यास का वर्णन करते हैं. अर्थ सिद्ध विद्वत संन्यास, वर्णों एवं आश्रम के धर्म तथा आचारों से रहित और शास्त्रों के नियमन से वर्जित वह सन्यासी जगज्जाल से यानी अहिक और पारलौकिक क्रियाओं के कर्तृत्व की तथा उनके फल भोक्तृत्व की वासनाओं से पिंजड़े से सिंह का तरह निकल जाता है. पिंजड़े में सिंह के तरह, पिंजड़ा से सिंह जैसे निकल जाता है. Just as the lion gets away from the cage, breaking its door. It becomes free of himself out of his own trial. In this way, this person, realized soul, he goes beyond all the rules and regulations. He goes beyond the rules and regulations of etiquette, behavior, code of conduct, and he goes beyond the rules and regulations or the injunctions of the scriptures. One should do like that, one should not do like that. All these are not for such a person. And such a renunciate, he goes beyond the network of the world, the relative world, by breaking all the rules and regulations. अहिक and परलौकिक क्रियाओं के कर्तृत्व की भी उनके फलभोक्तृत्व की वासनाओं से रहित हो जाता है. Neither he is bound to the rules and regulations of this earthly plane, nor he is under the regulations, rules of the higher, subtler planes like heaven and other planes. He goes beyond the feeling of doing actions and having reactions, or being doer and enjoyer both. Neither he does nor he enjoys. So the Vedas said, ko vidhi ko nisedha. Where is the rules and where are the do's and don'ts for such a person? He goes beyond all the rules and regulations. How? Because he behaves like and he feels like the emperor of emperors. How can an emperor be ruled by his own rules? All the rules he has made only for the subjects, not for himself. He is the rule maker, not the observer. In this way, he behaves, we can say, abnormally. Normally means like a worldly man. Abnormally, beyond the rules and regulations, codes of conduct of worldly people. Worldly people will have some rules, but he is beyond it. When the president's car moves, there is no traffic rule for him. एकमात्र निरतिशयानंद के अनुभव का विषय यानी निरतिशयानंद रूप अतएव विषयासादशाओं से निर्मुक्त. विषय आशा दशाओं से निर्मुक्त. विषय की आशा नहीं रहता है. He goes beyond the desires for the state of desires for the sense objects. He has no sense. How can he expect some sense objects? And he, if at all he enjoys something, he enjoys the absolute bliss only. And in this way, विरक्त हुआ पुरुष, अत्यंत विरक्त हुआ पुरुष शरद काल में आकाश की तरह किसी निरुपाधिक शोभा को प्राप्त हो जाता है. Such a person going beyond all the rules and regulations and being indifferent, highly indifferent towards the worldly situations, time, space and conditions, and the relative action and reactions, relationships, all these he goes beyond all these. So he behaves like a free person, and he becomes so clear, devoid of all the rules and regulations which are like clouds or some spots. Such a person goes beyond all this, so he glitters like clear sky of the autumn without any clouds. पर्वत के ऊपर स्थित महारथ की तरह गंभीर और प्रसन्न तथा निरंतर परानंद के आस्वादन से च्युत न हुआ जोगी अपनी आत्मा में ही अपने स्वरूप से रमण करता रहता है. पर्वत के ऊपर स्थित महारथ की तरह गंभीर और प्रसन्न तथा निरंतर परानंद के आस्वादन से च्युत न हुआ जोगी अपनी आत्मा में ही अपने स्वरूप से रमण करता रहता है. You might have seen some lakes on the top of some Himalayan or other high mountain ranges. What happens if some lakes are formed there? Because of mountains all around, the depth of the lake becomes too deep. Our Dunital, you cannot measure how deep it is, because all around only snowy peaks. So its depth, and it is always full of water because it is supported by snow peaks. Always beautiful, clean, and always full, and it beautifies throughout the year. पर्वत के ऊपर स्थित महारथ की तरह गंभीर और प्रसन्न तथा निरंतर परानंद के आस्वादन से च्युत न हुआ. In lake sense, it is always fed by small springs or riverlets, so it is always full. और योगी अपनी आत्मा में ही अपने स्वरूप से रमण करता रहता है। सच ए रियल सोल ही एंजॉयज इन हिमसेल्फ। सच ए लेक ब्यूटिफाइज not for others but for itself. It is beautiful, but who is going to see the beauty? Similarly, this realized soul is self-contented, blessed, always blissful. His bliss, his happiness, his joy is never enjoyed by others, but he enjoys eternally, constantly his own self. There may be some question. You see, generally we see the advice for worldly people, you should not enjoy anything by yourself. You should distribute your joy to others. You should share your joy with others. So, if such is the case of worldly people, then how can a yogi, a realized soul, enjoy only his own self? He never cares for others to share. How it is? Then how he will be so much glorified? Why? How he becomes emperor of emperors? He doesn't share anything with others. He enjoys himself. So, come on. If there is forest fire on the mountain top, the whole forest is under fire. Don't you feel warmth and smoke away from it, being away from it? This is how his joy knows no bound. So automatically, though he doesn't share it with others, it is shared by everyone. The whole world enjoys his joy. Such a person is blessing for the world, because by their joy, by their behavior, by their existence in the society or anywhere on the earth, it encourages, enchants and gives support, encouragement, idealism for everyone. His existence itself is enough. He need not do anything. Yes.
Maharaj, should we take the same value relatively for Mahabhuta also?
Your Mahabhuta should be kept aside. He is the Mahabhuta. He behaves like a Mahabhut. Mahabhut is nothing but the greatest element, the source of everything. So, when he is one with the Absolute, he has no different identity other than this truth. Then you can name him as you like, Mahabhuta, and the greatest rogue and greatest ideal person. anything you can say, it applies to him, because he is one with the Absolute. He is everything. He feels everything. He feels oneness with all the selves, all the bhutas, all the beings. Mamatma sarva bhutatma. Myself is self of everyone. So such a person gets all the names, all the attributes, all the qualities, whatever you can imagine. Because he is one with everyone, everything. Mamatma sarva bhutatma. Myself is the self of all beings. He feels that. वो कर रहा है सम्राट की तरह, यानी पुरुषों के आनंद को परमावधि में पहुँचे हुए राजा की तरह। यह उपमा अज्ञानियों के दृष्टि से ही दी गई है। तत्वज्ञानियों के दृष्टि से तो उस तरह के जीवन मुक्त यति के आनंद की उपमा ही नहीं है, क्योंकि यति यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह इत्यादि श्रुति से हिरण्यगर्भ के आनंद तक विषयानंद रूपी जल बिंदुओं का महासागर बतलाकर उस परमानंद की कोई सीमा है ही नहीं, यह प्रतिपादन किया गया है। ही एंजॉय द बेस्ट, द हाईएस्ट ब्लिस ही एंजॉयज, so there is no equal to it. We cannot give any simile for his joy. So the scriptures declare yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, reaching where not all the words, the sound and the speech, mind, they return back, they don't reach there. It is beyond everything. So the similes or this glorifications or the praises of such a person is not exact, no simile, no comparison, uncomparable. संपूर्ण कर्मों के संपूर्ण कर्मों के फलों का त्याग करने वाला नित्य तृप्त और निराश रहे वो योगी न तो पुण्य से, न पाप से और न हर्ष विषाद आदि से ही लिप्त होता है। Such a person who has renounced all the actions and the reactions or the result of actions, who has renounced everything, and he is ever contented with himself, and he is never dependent on anything, and he is self-dependent, self-supported. Such a person neither cares for merits nor demerits. There is no righteousness nor any sins. He never does anything nor enjoys anything. And He has got no pleasure, no pain. Neither he enjoys nor he gets depressed, nor he suffers. So, how can he be attached to anything? How can he be bound by anything? Such a person behaves like emperor of emperors, because emperor is the highest limit of worldly persons. So this example is given for him, and that too is very insignificant. It is not so exact to describe his joy. पानी छोड़ेंगे। जैसे स्फटिकमणि किसी प्रतिबिंब भूत नील पीत आदि द्रव्य विशेष से रंजन को प्राप्त नहीं होता, यानी प्रतिबिंब भूत किसी द्रव्य के रंग को धारण नहीं करता, वैसे ही ब्रह्मज्ञानी भी कर्म फल से अपने अंतःकरण में किसी के रंग को धारण नहीं करता। Such a person is never attached to any object or any person in any way. He never gets attached to anything, nor he accepts or gets influenced by any means. Such a person is totally indifferent towards everything. Just as this crystal prism, it never gets influenced by all the colors around it, nor it gets colored, nor it is influenced by it, though all the colors are seen in it, yet it holds no color because of its transparency and its purity, oneness. It never gets attached to anything, nor it gets attached by anything. Means neither it influences anything, nor it gets influenced by anything. That is what we saw in Gita 2 days ago. Jasmat nodvijate lokaha lokat nodvijate chajaha harsa marsa bhayatyagi. Such a person, he renounces all the pleasures and pains, and is never attached to anything. He has no pleasure, no pain. He is beyond everything. Just like a crystal, he never gets influenced, nor it holds anything, whatever is around it. उसी को स्पष्ट बतलाते हैं. Now he is clarifying this point. भिन्न भिन्न जाति के जनसमूह के व्यूह में विहार कर रहा भेद और अभिमान से रहित ब्रह्मज्ञानी प्रतिबिंब में किए गए छेदन पूजन की तरह अपनी देह के छेदन और गंध पुष्प आदि के द्वारा पूजन से खेद और आह्लाद को नहीं जानता। तात्पर्य यह है कि ब्रह्मज्ञानी देह के छेदन से किसी तरह के खेद का या गंध आदि के द्वारा पूजन से किसी तरह के आह्लाद का अनुभव नहीं करता, कारण कि वह छेदन और पूजन दोनों को ही देह के प्रतिबिंब के समान मिथ्या समझता है। He feels all these his glorification by others, or whatever he is worshipped by others, however others worship him, glorify him, or admire him as a great person, and maybe some people abuse him or misbehave with him. All these good and bad behavior of others, he is never concerned with it. He is indifferent towards his worship or his condemnation. He never cares for all this. भिन्न भिन्न जाति के जन समूह के व्यूह में विहार कर रहा, he roams about anywhere and everywhere in different castes and creeds of people, भेद और अभिमान से रहित. He has got no ego, self-importance, nor he has got any difference from anyone, with anyone. Just like the reflection of an object, he is not influenced by all these. अपनी देह के छेदन और गंध पुष्प आदि के द्वारा पूजन से खेद और आह्लाद की नहीं जानता हुआ। तात्पर्य यह है कि ब्रह्मज्ञानी देह के छेदन से किसी तरह के खेद का या गंध आदि के द्वारा पूजन से किसी तरह के आह्लाद का अनुभव नहीं करता, कारण कि वह छेदन और पूजन दोनों को देह के प्रतिबिंब के समान मिथ्या समझता है। If one worships him, he feels just as if somebody is worshipping his reflection, and if somebody does any harm to him, he thinks just as somebody is doing some harm to his reflection. He is never disturbed, just as the reflection is never disturbed by anything. The shadow, the reflection, they never get disturbed by any means. ब्रह्मज्ञानी पुरुष पूजित होने पर भी पूजा करने वाली की स्तुति नहीं करता, तथा पूजा से रहित हुआ भी वह किसी तरह के विकार को प्राप्त नहीं होता। वह संपूर्ण आचारों और सब नीतियों के क्रमों से कभी संयुक्त और कभी वियुक्त रहता है। Sometimes he is within the rules and regulations, but he never feels that. Sometimes he is beyond all the rules and regulations, that also he never feels. And sometimes he is worshipped by many, but he never praises anyone. And sometimes he is not praised nor worshipped by anyone, never cared by others, that also he doesn't care for. So he is in all conditions, at all time, at every space, conditions, at time, in every way, he is not at all concerned nor involved with all these glorifications or condemning. He is unaware of all these. These are all sorts of greatness or you see some agitations, anything, they all belong to the relative world, because he is beyond relativity. He is always one with the one. So he never is aware of all this. उस ब्रह्म ज्ञानी पुरुष से संसार उद्वेजित नहीं होता. सेम गीता verse he has quoted. यस्मात् नोद्विजते लोको लोका नोद्विजते च जः राग द्वेष भयानंदै सज्जतेपि च युज्यते. Just 2 words he has changed in the end, or else the same stanza he has brought it. You see, everywhere in all the scriptures we get the same ideas and same language. Sometimes the language of course differ, but the ideas are same. He is never agitated by anyone, nor he agitates anyone, in no condition, by no means. प्रमेये कस्यचिदपि न रोहति महाशयः प्रमेयी क्रियते चापि बालेनाप्य दुराशय. वह महान आशय वाला ब्रह्मज्ञानी कुल सहित कुल बुद्धि पुरुष के भी प्रमिति विषय में स्वयं अंतर्भूत नहीं होता. अर्थात बड़े बड़े तीक्ष्ण बुद्धि वाले पुरुष भी तत्वतः उस ब्रह्मज्ञानी की यंता जान नहीं सकते, किंतु व्यवहारतः तो एक छोटा बच्चा भी उससे प्रमिति का विषय बना डालता है. यानी छोटे से तो थोड़े से भी अनुवर्तन से उसको अपने वश में कर सकता है. इसमें कारण यह है कि शुद्ध चित्त होने के कारण वह ब्रह्मविद अत्यंत सरल है. Another great quality which is beyond quality Our Manu Maharaj explains this realized soul, one who always in the seventh stage of knowledge, seventh realm. Such a person behaves like a child. He is so simple. His heart is so pure, so simple. He never gets agitated by anything, nor he can agitate anyone. And sometimes he is so pure, so intellectual. The great intellectual people cannot deal with him. He goes beyond them. That means he cannot be limited by knowledge or arguments or comparisons. He is beyond all limits, and so even a child can persuade him and bring him into limitations. He can behave like a child also, and yet he can behave greater than the greatest intellectual persons, because his intellect has no bounds, knows no bounds. So the meaning of this stanza, the realized soul is beyond all limits, beyond everything and within everything also. He is under all limits. Both way he is. ज्ञान काल में मुक्ति तथा देहादि का बोध हो जाने से ज्ञानी को फिर मुक्ति के लिए किसी तीर्थ आदि की या देहत्याग की चिंता ही नहीं रहती. When such a wise man, having self-realization, the knowledge of the self, he never tries for any liberation, nor he tries to do something for the body. He never goes in a pilgrimage to purify his self, nor he worries if his body is going to die. He never worries for anything. हे राजन, वह ज्ञानी पुरुष अपने शरीर का किसी पुण्य तीर्थ में त्याग कर दे या किसी चांडाल के घर में भी जाकर त्याग कर दे, अथवा कभी भी शरीर का त्याग न करे या वर्तमान क्षण में ही त्याग कर दें, फिर भी वह अंतःकरण शून्य पुरुष ज्ञान प्राप्ति काल में पहले ही मुक्त और विदेह हो चुका है. Such a person, he never cares for the body. He never cares where should this body be buried or burnt. What will happen to the body after death? He never worries for all those. There was one such great person, great Swamiji in Uttarakasi. His name was Omasramji, Avdhut. Avdhut means he never uses any clothes or anything. It is not because he doesn't want and he has renounced everything, not because of that. He doesn't need anything. He had gone beyond the sense of the body. In winter days he never feels any cold, nor in summer days he feels any heat. And he walks freely when it will be snowing. Just he will throw the snow from his head like when some people throw some flowers over us, it gets down. So this way, all those snow, he will be walking in the snow. bare body, and snow will be falling. He never cared for anything. Such a simple fellow. He will ask, I used to live with near his kutia. He will ask, when we go and salute him, he will come, oh, who are you? Swamiji, I am Premanand. I am living by your side. Oh, yes. And where had you been? Swamiji, I had been to fetch my bhiksha. To Kshetra I had been. What did you do? I brought my bhiksha, Swamiji, some rotis and dal. How many rotis you brought? Swamiji, 9 only I get. Everybody gets 9 rotis. They distribute food to all the Mahatmas. So we used to go. Atmanand, myself, Brahmanandji. So he asks, he doesn't know counting, nothing he knows. 9 rotis you get? What do you do with those rotis? Swamiji, I eat it. How many do you eat at a time? Swamiji, 5. I can eat only 5. Then what happens to the rest? How many remains after eating 5 out of 9? Then he will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9 rotis you get. And how many you eat at a time? Swamiji, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How many remains? You will do satsang like this. Swamiji, only 4 remains. What do you do with that? Swamiji, in the evening I feel hungry, I eat it. Oh, yes. Does you need more? Swamiji, just somehow or other we have to pull on with it. Okay. How old are you? Swamiji, I am 21. Oh, 21. How is 21? What is 21? You will be bothering, what is 21? Achha, this is 5. How many 5s? Another 5. Swamiji, 4 5s. Okay, acha. And then It is 20 only. No, another one. Oh, such a simple, even simpler than a child. A child will not behave like that. And some people were there to serve him. They used to bring his rotis from Kshetra, and sometimes he goes himself. And some of the disciples who took him as guru, of course he didn't initiate anyone to be disciple, but some people accepted him in their heart. He is our guru. So they came forward in the end of his life. He was a little ill. Everybody predicted he will leave his body. So his disciples asked, Swamiji, what shall we do with your body when you die? Oh ji, kick it, throw somewhere. Let the crows and jackals enjoy my body. What will you do? Why are you worrying for this corpse? It is a corpse. Why are you worrying for this? Such is the condition of their mind. They don't care for the body nor for the bodily needs. हे राजन, वह ज्ञानी पुरुष अपने शरीर का किसी पुण्य तीर्थ में त्याग कर दे या किसी चंडाल के घर में भी जाकर त्याग कर दे अथवा कभी भी शरीर का त्याग न करे या वर्तमान क्षण में ही त्याग कर दे, whether he gives up his body in some very pure place of pilgrimage, or he leaves his body anywhere in dirtiest place, or he dies today, or he keeps his body for long, that he doesn't care for, nor he is concerned with, and he has no mind, yet he behaves like a simple most child. उसके उपादान के लिए बंध और मोक्ष का स्वरूप कहते हैं. To explain this state of a being which is beyond everything, which is uncomparable. Now Manu Maharaj is giving some hints on the ego, the egoistic person, or the ignorant persons of the world who are bound by the ego of this world, body, and all the relations, and who is bewildered by the force of his ego. क्योंकि अहंकार की भ्रांति सांसारिक बंधन के लिए है, यानी अहम भ्रांति बंध है और ज्ञान से अहंकार का नाश मोक्ष है। He says the ego is nothing but ignorance. It is the cause for the bondage of the world, and egolessness, that is cause for liberation. One who has no ego, he is not bound to anything. He is not worried for anything, whether the body does some mistakes or some good things, or the body is punished, or it is prayed and worshipped. He has no such views, no such ego. विभूति और वैभव चाहने वाले पुरुष को यत्नपूर्वक उसे ब्रह्म ज्ञानी की पूजा, स्तुति, नमस्कार, दर्शन और अभिवादन करना चाहिए। A person in the world who really wants glories and wealth of every kind and name and fame or some worldly achievements, or one who wants to go beyond this bondage of the world, he should worship such persons who dwell in the seventh phase of the knowledge. सप्तम भूमिका वालों का पूजा करना चाहिए। The worldly people should worship such people to have all the achievements, success in life. विभूति और वैभव चाहने वाले पुरुष को यत्नपूर्वक उस ब्रह्मज्ञानी की पूजा, स्तुति, नमस्कार, दर्शन और अभिवादन करना चाहिए। उस जीवन मुक्त ज्ञानी का पूजन ही परम पुरुषार्थ दिलाने वाले ज्ञान में हेतु हुई है। हे प्रिय पुत्र, जिसके सांसारिक रोग क्षीण हो गए हैं, उसे जीवन मुक्त सज्जनों के पूजन से जो परम पवित्र पद ज्ञान द्वारा प्राप्त किया जाता है, वह न तो यज्ञों और तीर्थों से प्राप्त किया जाता है एवं न तपस्याओं से तथा दानों से ही प्राप्त किया जाता है। This stanza also he has brought from Gita. न यज्ञ तीर्थैर न तपः प्रदानैः आसाद्यते तत्परमं पवित्रम्। आसाद्यते क्षीण प्रभाव मायानां भक्त्या सतामात्मविदां यदंगः। In the end of Vishwarupa Darshan, Lord Krishna also declared in the same way to Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, not by the penance, severe penance, nor by the sacrifices, nor by the doing some righteous, meritorious deeds, nor by anything, any means one can see my such a cosmic form. But you saw it because you are dear to me, and you have some divine qualities which are not seen in other persons. One-pointed devotion and continuously being with me, in me, for me, everywhere you are always in me. That's how you could see such a cosmic form. Others can hardly see it by doing severe tapas or performing yajnas. Nobody can easily see such a form. So also here our Manu Maharaj explains in the same way. The state of such a person who dwells in the seventh phase of knowledge beyond everything, always unconcerned with the world and worldly matters or pain and pleasures. Such a person should be worshipped by everyone to get everything in this world. A person जिनके सांसारिक रोग क्षीण हो गए हैं, who has cured his worldly disease, that means world is a disease, that means attachment to everything and relationship with everything which causes pain and pleasure and achieving and losing, all these which are cause for the pain and pleasure, they are together known as the worldly disease, the disease of the world. World is a disease because all this dualistic world, everywhere there will be opposite to each other, so it is a disease. When it is balanced, it is diseaseless. When it is imbalanced, it is diseased. So world is nothing but a disease. But beyond it, that is said diseaseless. World is a disease, so world disease is cured. So one who wants to cure his world disease, that means to go beyond pain and pleasure, such a person should worship this Jnani. जीवन मुक्त सज्जनों का पूजन से परम पवित्र पद ज्ञान द्वारा प्राप्त किया जाता है। वह न तो यज्ञों और तीर्थों से प्राप्त किया जाता है। By it cannot be achieved by other means, by going for a pilgrimage or performing great yajnas, sacrifices, or doing any penance, etc. न तपस्याओं तथा दानों से, nor by doing charity, one can get that which is achieved from worshipping such a highest person, it gives you everything. महाराज वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, हे श्री रामचंद्र जी, यूँ कहकर मनु भगवान मेरु शिखर के ऊपर चले गए और इच्छा को भी उस दृष्टि का अवलंबन कर स्थिर हो गए। Now Vasishtha ji says, O Ram, telling thus to Ikshaku, Manu went away to his place on the Meru mountain, and Ikshaku, having heard all these, understanding everything thoroughly, he sat in samadhi then and there. Thus ended the 121st chapter. No, 122nd chapter. In the next chapter we shall see त्रयोविंश अधिक शततम सर्ग में अज्ञानी अन्य सिद्धों की अपेक्षा ज्ञानी के परिपूर्ण होने से उसको आकाश गमन और अणिमादि सिद्धियों में इच्छा ही नहीं होती। इस विषय बात का वर्णन करेंगे। Here we shall discuss in this chapter 123rd the wise persons, realized souls, they don't get interest in all these great powers. Generally some yogis and some great people, they have, it is seen, they always have some supernatural powers, walking in the space or doing anything and everything, becoming greater than the greatest, means expanding the body or the form, or minimizing, becoming smaller than the smallest in the form, physical form, and doing anything and everything, just as Hanumanji jumped over the ocean. It is not possible for ordinary persons. Even a monkey cannot do it, and no animal, no, of course birds can go, but none others can jump over the ocean. He could do so. That means he had all the supernatural great powers. Hanuman was blessed with all these 9 kinds of secondary powers and 8 types of superpowers. अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता. So these great siddhas and all these yogis, they naturally get some supernatural powers, and some people attain it by trial, by practicing something, some methods. But here, a person who is not interested in anything like this, worldly matters or powers, knowledge power, creative power or destructive power. Some people, they curse others, go to hell. You will face such difficulties. That is also power, but negative power. Anyway, these great siddhas and powerful persons, yogis, they exercise all these, they have also all these, they they struggle to get it. But here, in the case of a jnani, a realized soul, they don't care for such powers. They are totally indifferent. But on the other hand, if they will, they can do anything and everything. Because they have no mind, no thoughts, even there is no thought. If at all any thought comes in his mind, it has to take a shape. That is called Satya Sankalp. Whatever he thinks, it manifests then and there. Such persons, they are not interested in, they never get interest in all these powers, supernatural powers. So Vasidi is telling, Ramji asked, कहे गए लक्षण वाले जीवन मुक्त पुरुष में मणि मंत्र आदि के द्वारा सिद्ध हुए पुरुषों की तरह आकाशगमन आदि सिद्धि रूपी भी कोई विशेष है या नहीं? इस तरह के संदेह से युक्त श्री रामचंद्र जी पूछते हैं, हे आत्मज्ञानियों में श्रेष्ठ भगवान, जैसे कि आपने जीवन मुक्तों के लक्षणों का वर्णन किया है, वैसे ही यदि है तो आत्मज्ञानी जीवन मुक्त पुरुष में अन्य सिद्धों की अपेक्षा कौन सा विशेष रहता है? राम जी वांटेड टू नो. राम जी आस्क्स Vasisht ji, O great wise man, O great Guru, I want to know. I have heard of, or he might have seen, I know about the great powerful persons, Siddhas, who have all these supernatural powers, and also they are capable of doing or not doing anything and everything. So, what is the difference? What is more we can find in such jnanis, in such realized souls who dwell in seventh phase of the knowledge? What are the particulars? What are the differences or particular greatnesses found in them? What difference is there between the Siddhas, powerful persons, and these jnanis? So Vasisht ji answers, उस जीवन मुक्त पुरुष में अन्य सिद्धों द्वारा अनुभूत न होने वाला निरतिशय आनंद का अनुभव भी विशेष है, इस आशय से कहते हैं. We shall see it tomorrow nicely. What is the difference between ordinary powerful persons and these great realized souls? What will be the differences? We shall see, because we have to bring some stories of Changdev, Gyaneshwar, Ramakrishna Paramahans, and all these. We shall see what are the differences. Many powerful persons we have seen, And what is the difference between a king and a jnani? King also can do anything and everything. What not Hitler did, what not Napoleon did. All these great persons, they are powerful by worldly powers, and some people are powerful by supernatural powers. And in what way such a knowledgeable person, highest of all, what is the difference? What is the height of them? So tomorrow we shall see with some other stories from other histories or epics, and then it will be clarified, it will be clearer to everyone. What is the difference between powerful persons, siddhas, and the jnani? Tomorrow we shall see. Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, जो सिद्ध जी भगवान की जय। हरि